Let it all work out. Come on, you Gunners. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1 at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and your man Eze gets a brace. But Gyokeres thought he'd get in on the act, and he gets a brace as well. We got the 3 points, 6 points over Tottenham this season. Before we get into today's match reaction, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so you know when I drop a video. But let's get into it, man. As I just said, we have beaten Tottenham emphatically 4-1 at their ground. And it's exactly the response we needed after Wolves. It's exactly what the team needed, the fan base needed, because if I'm honest, the reaction to Wolves, and I didn't do a reaction on my channel, I did speak about on the Gooner Club. Go check that out, the Gooner Club podcast. But yeah, it just wasn't good enough against Wolves, and we needed to bounce back with a very good performance, and that's what the boys delivered. It is a depleted Tottenham side. They've got a lot of injuries. New manager, first game under the new manager. Tough game to come into from Igor Tudor's point of view, but that doesn't really matter, does it, to us or to Arsenal? You have to go out there, perform at your best, and that's exactly what we did. And I think with Man City winning yesterday, closing the gap to 2 points, we are now 5 points ahead of them again, but we do have that game more than them played, so they have a game in hand on us, but that's why you had to win. If we draw, they're 3 points behind us with a game in hand. If you lose, it stays at 2 points and they can go ahead of you after winning that game in hand. So it was key that we responded, and the boys done that. And that is all you can ask as an Arsenal fan. All we wanted was a response, was the players to show that they care as much as we can. To be honest, I never doubted that the players cared, but you're in the position to make the impact. You're the guys that get the rewards. You're the guys that go down in the history that fans adore you for years. So it's ultimately up to you. If you want all the good things that come with football, you have to take some of the bad. And I think a lot of the criticism was probably the worst it's been for a long time after that Wolves result. And the boys deserve a lot of praise. But let's start with one of those players who deserve praise, Eberechi Eze. I mean, he's doing his post-match interview with Sky now with Gyokeres, the 2 goal scorers. Both new signings at the club, but just starting with Eze, that is now 5 goals against Tottenham this season. I think he's got 6 in the league, and 5 of them are against Tottenham. I mean, it's stupendous. He's equalled Van Persie and Henry's record of goals scored against Tottenham in the Premier League. It's just incredible. First season, a potential title-winning season. It's the way you write your name into Arsenal history. The way he takes the first goal, Saka passes the ball into the box, he takes a touch, it bounces in the air a bit awkwardly. It's a very congested box, but he adjusts and just volleys at home. It's quality, to be honest, from him. And then the second goal, himself and Saka sort of link up with Gyokeres. They get through the middle. Van de Ven puts in a great challenge on Saka, and Eze just slaps it into the empty net. So pause on slops. But yeah, so Eze done his job. Eze done very well there. And I'm happy for him because we've been screaming for him to start. I'm glad he started the game today. He didn't start against Wolves, of course. Let me just have a quick look at it. We had Saka in the 10, Madueke on right wing. And Eze come off the bench in that game, but there wasn't enough time for him to do much. And he has flattered to deceive in recent weeks. So I think it's important for him to get that. But he needs to kick on in the next game against Chelsea, a home game, big game, another London derby. And I want to see him start. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But Saka, quick mention on Saka as well, because he was involved in pretty much both of Eze's goals. I think Saka and Eze can link up really well. I think there's a strong partnership to be formed between those two. And Gyokeres as well. Trossard obviously started today as well. Always a safe pair of hands. But Saka and Eze, they played together at England. They've got similar ideas of the way they see football. Both quite individually gifted players that can take their man on and create dangerous opportunities. And I just think the more we see of Eze starting, the better. And I just think hopefully with Saka in the side, back fit as well, he can unlock more of Eze. And Saka, as I said, new contract signed this week, officially announced. And I think it's a big run-in for him. Saka's got his chance. I think Saka has already cemented his place in Arsenal history as like a great player, but you need the trophies to become a legend. And I think if Saka can deliver us that Premier League trophy this season, he becomes a legend automatically. Hey, Lem boy, first Premier League title in over 20 years. It's there for him. It's there for him, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but I think Saka's more than good enough to lead us to that title, and I think we saw a lot of that today. But now, The next player I'm going to talk about, Viktor Gyokeres. Now, I've championed Gyokeres on the channel. If you followed me, you know how much of a fan I am of Viktor Gyokeres. When he was at Sporting, when he was at Coventry, that's when I really heard about him at Coventry. I wasn't actually aware he was at Brighton before that. I just heard of Coventry having this striker that was banging in goals. And he was good in the Championship, went on, done it at Sporting. He scored the most goals in Europe last year in all the leagues. And I just wanted him at the club. And I'll be honest, it's been tough for Gyokeres. Gyokeres hasn't had a great time at Arsenal so far, but that's because the standards are so high and everyone expected him to come in maybe beyond 20, 25 goals already. He's on 15 goals now with those 2 goals today. But what you have to understand with Gyokeres is he's more similar, not same level of ability, but he's more similar to a Haaland than an Mbappe in terms of styles of play. Mbappe will get on the ball, he can run with it, run past players and then score. Haaland is more of a box player, in and around the box, give him a chance, he's likely to hit the target. Gyokeres is more that style of striker than an Mbappe. You can't really expect Gyokeres to get the ball, run past a few players and finish. He's just not got that in his locker, unfortunately. But the way he takes his first goal today, the ball from Jurrien Timber is quality. Ball across, Eze and Gyokeres are central. It's another reason why I think Eze is pivotal in playing for from the start, because he actually helps the striker because he occupies the defence. But Timber plays it in centrally. Eze dummies, falls to Gyokeres. One touch, strike. It's not right in the corner, but the sheer speed and power on the strike from Gyokeres just means Vicario can't get anywhere near it. And that's what Gyokeres excels at, is his ball strike. And that's what makes him such a good striker. His second goal is more vintage Gyokeres. Gets the ball in and around the box, gets played in by Odegaard, runs into the box. Archie Gray just not strong enough for him. Gyokeres holds him off, and then he just finesses it into the far corner. Thierry Henry-esque. Not as nice looking, but the same sort of notion. And that's what he's on. That's what Gyokeres is on. Give him a chance. Give him a one-on-one opportunity, which are far and few in the Premier League, but give him the chance and he'll bury him. And I just think, I'm so happy for Viktor Gyokeres. I think Gyokeres needed those 2 goals today, especially in a big game when the pressure's on, people are expecting things of you. Can you turn up? And he turned up today. There's not much more you can really ask from him, is there? But this is why I'm going to sort of talk about someone else. Chelsea next week, starting 11. I want the same starting 11. I think from now to the end of the season, you need some consistency. You need a little bit of connections being built. Odegaard comes off the bench to set Gyokeres up. So it does feel harsh not starting Odegaard. But you have to keep players confident. And I just think if you play that same 11, Eze in the 10, Rice and Zubimendi behind, Saka, Trossard, Gyokeres, the defence names itself. I just think that's a more than good enough team to beat Chelsea at home next week. And I think hopefully players like Eze can make an impact again. Gyokeres, Saka, he gets an assist today, Saka. But I just think if we can stick with that lineup, see more from Eze and Gyokeres. We spent over 120 million combined on them. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can help us. But yeah, big game for those 2 today. One thing I think we do need to mention is we're conceding goals too easily. At the start of the season, you know, we were all talking about, well, not us so much, but other fans and the media narrative was, is this Arsenal defence good enough to go on and beat Chelsea's record of 15 goals conceded only in a whole league season? Which that record, by the way, Jose Mourinho's Chelsea, is stupendous. How they managed to only concede 15 goals in a whole season is very, very impressive. I'm not sure that will ever be topped. I think that's an outstanding achievement. But that's fine. What isn't fine is giving goals to the opposition, which we've done against Wolves, and we've done it again today. We've done it numerous times this season. I actually saw a stat on Twitter. Let me just get it up here. I bookmarked it because I thought it was quite damning. So Arsenal, the worst team in the league this season for conceding straight after scoring. Against Man United, took 10 minutes for United to equalise. Against United in the same game, 2-2, took 3 minutes. Brentford 10, Wolves 5, Spurs 2 minutes. So that's 5 goals in under 10 minutes after taking the lead, conceded. We need to stop that. If we're going to win the league, we need to stop conceding stupid goals at stupid times, especially after we've just taken the lead, because what it does is just creates pressure. You're creating this sense of uncertainty around yourself when the team is good enough. more than good enough to not concede those goals. And you think some of them, the Wolves game, United game, where you've actually dropped points, Brentford, it actually has negatively impacted the side in those 3 games. Today we get away with it and we beat Tottenham, which is good. But Brentford, that's 2 points we dropped. Wolves, 2 points we dropped. United, 3. So that alone, 7 points. You add them 7 points to what we got now, and we're 12 points ahead of Man City, and everything looks different. So it's margins, the Premier League's margins, and we need to make sure we're coming out on the right side of those margins, because we're more than good enough to win the league. I think the players deserve it, but you only deserve it by doing it. So you have to do it. And I think they've done it for so long now. It's culminated to this moment, and it just feels like there's an opportunity you have to seize. Chelsea next week is huge. I think when and if we beat Chelsea next week, because I'm confident, they obviously drew with Burnley. The confidence isn't great at Chelsea at the minute. Huge game. If we can beat them, it's a real confidence booster. It's huge. It sends out a message to Man City, because they're smelling blood. Their reaction after beating Newcastle yesterday was like, yeah, we're in. Because Newcastle could have easily nicked something from that game. Donnarumma, big signing for Man City. Saved them a lot this season. What a goalie. We all know that. Gooners from that PSG semi-final last season. So it's good. It's big. The title race is fully underway, and we're in it. And this is what we want, people. This is what we wanted all those years when we were struggling in the last Wenger years under Unai Emery, the start of Arteta's reign. This is what we wanted. These are good problems to have, that you're up against Man City in a title race. You're annoyed at drawing. We're annoyed at drawing. That is a good place to be. We just need to be positive. Stay behind the boys. Games against Wolves, they deserve to be criticised, deserve to be called out. Arteta said it himself. Arsenal fans who travelled to the game deserve to be annoyed, because you're too good to do that. So don't do it again, boys. But they responded. I'm happy. We can enjoy the week now. Bragging rights are secured. Can't hear none of this Arsenal bottlers for another week. It's good. But next week, it's even bigger. We go again. Arteta's always saying that the next game's the biggest, the most important, and Chelsea will welcome you to the Emirates. But that's it from me, people. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know when I drop a video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!